Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Try Hard Races with me, RollCaseTV, where I do the best I can with what I've got, which is not a lot of talent and not a lot of career left. But we're going to get it done. Ignore these exclamation points, they're all bugged. The game is all bugged. It's a great game to play, very, very fun, but it's bugged. Everything is bugged about this game. Oh, look, the only one that's not telling me there's new races is the drift, because I haven't done any of the drift, because I can't do any of the drift. I only have to do 2 drift, but I have to finish in first place. And then I have to finish in 2. Oh, no, what did I do? I selected. Oh, that's pro. I can't possibly finish in first place on either of these. Oh, that's so sad. I could almost do the challenges if I could just finish in the top 3 or the top 1. I've tried this. I can't even finish in the top, how many are there? 22? I can't finish in the top 21. Maybe I'll spend an episode trying this. Give it an hour to see if somehow I could do it, but I know I can't do it. I can't drift. I hate drifting. I'm not going to waste my time trying to get good at it when I know I couldn't get good at it anyway. So, sadly. And there's no way to finish the grid challenges unless I can do a drift challenge. One of these is a drift challenge because you need a sponsor that requires you to do a drift challenge. And some of the sponsors are bugged anyway. So, come over to team and sponsors. Some of these sponsors are bugged. Like, notice everything is 0 now. They get wiped out for some reason. Even though I've got all of them. So, and some of them I couldn't do anyway. They would give you like 2 of them, but you could never get the 3rd one. Yeah, so the game is quite buggy. You really can't finish the career mode as it stands, and the last update happened a long time ago, so. But, sadly, not going to be able to finish the career mode. Not sure anyone can finish the career mode because of the bugginess. If finishing the career mode includes the challenges. Or includes the gauntlet. So, yeah, maybe you could do the gauntlet if you could drift. I don't know, because then I'd get the 9. I don't think the challenges are included in that, but I couldn't do any of the challenges. I mean, I was able to do a few of them, but if there are any sponsor challenges, I couldn't do. And I think pretty much all of these are sponsor challenges. Sponsor, sponsor, sponsor. Well, this isn't a sponsor challenge. Oh, I already got it. Because I needed him for something else. Sponsor. And I got that one because I was able to get it. And I had to do it. Sponsor, yeah. I got all the sponsor events. Non-sponsor events done, but none of the sponsor events could I get done, so. Sadly, all we have left is track day. And you'd never know, based on the exclamation points, that those are the ones I have left to do. No, it's not track day. What is it I'm doing? Well, look at my description. Wet chaser. Wow, I have the first 2 grids and they don't have any of these bugs. Yeah. Me too. Well, I have the last grid and the grid before. The ones that were available on Xbox. And no, they don't have any of these bugs at all. They're laid out much better. So this may very well be the final grid. It was the first grid. I'm not saying anything, but it was the first grid released under the EA banner. So quality control of EA may just be not as good. Don't listen to their reputation. They're fine. Yeah, I really am not a fan of Electronic Arts. It is fun, though. What am I doing? I'm doing, it says track day, pro track day. I am pro? No, I wasn't in pro. That was the problem. There we go. I am doing Track Day Hypercar Event 2, which this is Event 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I didn't do these yet. Which means I need to do... I mean, the game is so sad because the game is so insanely fun to play. Oh well, I would recommend the game if all you're going to do is play like against your friends or play custom races. Play online maybe is fine, but if you try to do the career, it's horrible. As far as I know, the story mode works, but the story mode is only 32 races and you have to put up with some really schlocky, horrible cutscenes. I went through the story mode as a practice. Yeah. So where was I going? I did that race. Now I need to do this race, which means I need level 1 upgrades, and we'll see if I need if I can get level 1 upgrades in this car. What car was it I was using? I'll know it when I see it, because it'll have my livery. That was the one. Oh no, I forgot to check for upgrades. Ah! The first grid isn't offered on Steam anymore. Yeah, I know. Was it offered on Steam before EA took over? It may have just been deprecated on its own, taken down because they didn't want to support it. But EA is also famous for not supporting old games. But that's usually the games that they sell like basically on a subscription per year. I have to leave because I gotta check my upgrades. Let's try this again. Yeah, if you get like Madden Football 25, 26, 27, 28, whatever, they sell this exact same game every year. Once Madden Football 26 comes out, you've got maybe a year to get 25, but you'll never get 24 by that point. It's like they force you to get it every year right away. You have to impulse buy it, otherwise you won't be able to get that year's stats anymore. So I buy those every 5 years. Well, not Madden Football, but the other games I buy every 5 years. Okay, let's select the car again, and it doesn't reset to the car I already had, which you would think maybe it should. And now upgrades. Do I have enough upgrades to get... I got level 1. Okay. So 0 level. Okay, so I'm ready to go. Let's do it. There are 4 races, so I don't need 1.5. I don't remember where I left off. The 2019 Game 2 version is still there, and 100% Cody. Yeah. Well, the first one was also 100% Cody, so the fact that it's not there anymore may just be that it's so old. It's like 10 years old or something. So... have you experienced other EA games that like went away after a year? Or after, you know, a year? I don't know how 2K does it. They're probably the same way. All those people that are you know, release a game every year based on the year. Although that's not the case with, that wasn't the case with WRC games by Milestone, released by, well, initially Big Ben and then Nacom. They didn't number them based on the year, though, but like 5 came out, and then 6 came out a year after 5, and 7 came out a year after that, etc. I've got all the way up to what would be 11, and 5 is still available. So they go back several years, but then they don't name it by the year. Continue. And let's look at the options. Do I dare try it on hard mode first? I got it on medium because I needed to do medium to win the last one. So I'm going to go ahead and start on medium. And I'm not sure how many of these there were. I need to finish in the top 3. Okay. I didn't check to see how many events there were, but I'll figure it out. Whoa, that is way too loud in my ears. Gotta turn that down. All right, I can't read the chat while I'm racing. It's down at my side. I can't see it, so I apologize, Wet Chaser, if you're chatting and I ignore it for a while. Now, of course, if you bribe me with bits, maybe I would make an exception. No, I wouldn't. I would just... I'll tell you right now. That's a joke. You would not be able to bribe me with bits. Oh, it's an elimination race. Well, hopefully I'll get 3rd place. I don't want top 2 because I would never be able to. 5th to 3rd place is good. Otherwise, I'll start too far back and I won't... Yeah, with these elimination races, there's always at least 2 events. I think there's always at least 2 events. Yeah, if I win the first race, the second race is going to be I'll have to start the second race in the back row. Yeah, I'm glad I chose medium because I haven't gained a single place. Although I feel like I can. But I would never be able to do it on hard. These vehicles are just too hard for me to be competitive on hard. I started the game on hard mode because medium was way too easy, and I was tempted to go up to the next level after hard, except they were way too aggressive, and so I could win the game if I got off to a lead right away, but if I couldn't clear the traffic right away, then forget it. There was no way to catch up because they were faster than me, so I had to beat them around corners exclusively. And they're so aggressive, they made sure that you couldn't get past you. So, oh boy. I'm not warmed up either. See, there's a reason why I call my show Try Hard Racing, or my channel Try Hard Racing Gaming, because I'm not that good. I'm tempted to change the brand to Old Man Racing, or Old Man Gaming, because I am an old man. Then people won't have the expectations that I could get any better. People have tried to coach me. One person, I've told this story many times, when I was playing Dirt Rally, somebody came in and he was trying to coach me and said, you know how to, cut the corners or something like that, hit the apex? I don't remember what it was. And I said, oh, yeah, I know how to do that. I just can't do it. And he got frustrated because he said, oh, well, I'm a professional rally driver, and so, I'm used to coaching people. I go, oh, yeah, I know how to do everything. I just can't do it. That was so bad, he thought, oh, I was a beginner. I just need a little coach. No, I'm not a beginner. I've been playing racing games since racing games were a thing. My first racing game was Night Driver on the Atari 2600. Like within a year after it came out. So, I don't know, check what year the Atari 2600 came out. My first video game console was the Magnavox Odyssey 2. I have to admit, I never got the original Magnavox Odyssey. Let's see, let me catch up on these. 2019 Game 2 version is still there. I'm just coding. Not really, but Steam is weird. Well, Steam is not offering anything prior to DR2. Wow, not even offering Dirt Rally 1? Everything before, oh yeah, everything before F124 is gone as well. That's the same thing. That's the same thing it is for me on the Xbox. EA pulls them. EA yanks them. Steam might do their own thing, but EA themselves yank old versions. You got approximately a year. They're pre-selling 25 now. So once they start the pre-sale at 25, they get rid of 23. That's how it works. So they only support one old version, and they'll support 24 until they get ready to release 26. Then they'll drop 24. Your first was Pong? Well, yeah, I'm talking about my first home game. My first video game was Pong. I was in my teens when Pong came to the arcades, yeah. But the first home game I had was Magnavox Odyssey 2, which actually predates Pong, I think. Or maybe not. Magnavox actually invented Pong, but then the people that released Pong were... your first console was Pong? Yeah, I think that's older than the Magnavox Odyssey. The people that released Pong in the arcade sold a patent from Magnavox, and there was a big suit, and there was a big suit, and Magnavox won, because obviously they stole their pens. But I did not get the original Magnavox Odyssey. I got the Magnavox Odyssey 2, so I'm not sure when Pong compares to that. Yeah. That's all it played. Yeah, that's all that the Magnavox Odyssey played, but then the Odyssey 2 played hockey and whatever. But yeah, I was around, I just didn't buy it. So didn't get my parents to buy it. Yeah. So you're an old one too, Wet Chaser. I thought you were. Old Man Gamer. We should form a club. Old Man Gaming. Actually, there is a club on where did I get? What position did I get? I didn't even see what position I got. Oh, there was only one? Okay. Do I try to get on medium? Or do I go down to easy? Let me try it one more time on medium. I gotta give it at least 3 tries. Let's try it again on medium. Do I do restart? No, let's just try it again, because I'm going to need the mileage for the next upgrade. You're 60, yeah. Well, I don't say my specific age, because these go out on YouTube, and, you know, they last for a while. People might watch in a few years. But I'm a retired guy in my 60s. And you can't drift either. Well, there you go. Do you enjoy drifting? That might be one area where you differ. I hate drifting. I think the whole concept of drifting is stupid, because I'm an old man. I could start a non-drift club, yeah. Well, there's on the Xbox, there's actually a club, and I think they also have it on Steam. Oh, I don't remember the name of the club. I remember, yeah. Grumpy Old Gaming or something like that. Something like that, Grumpy Old Gaming. Oh, I did not meet. I'm looking at the thing. I says, oh, it says that I played it. Yeah, but I didn't get the. I don't need to get a cup, but I do need to get the check mark, and I didn't get the check mark. So I have to try it again. No, that's not the car I was just using. Why are you giving me the car? Why don't you give me the car I was just using? Yeah, I think that's called Grumpy Old Gamers. Need for Speed hit a drift car, but I never got, so I could never finish that game. Yeah, the only Need for Speed I played was Need for Speed Shift, and I'm still mad I never got Shift 2, because those are by a whole different developer, and they were actually a serious racing game, not a outrun the cops game. Although I did play, well, there was one early on, California something, that was a cop chasing game that was really good. I remember at the time I was so excited because it had graphics where bugs hit the windshield, and that was like the top level of auto game, racing game graphics at the time. Actually, something hit the windshield. I don't remember the name of it now. I was a big fan of Forza Horizon. I could never do the drifting. Sometimes I could 1-star some drift challenges. Until Forza Horizon 4, I was more the collector guy, collecting all the cars, and then with 4, collecting all the different outfits and stuff. But then Forza Horizon 4 did a Lego update. And yes, for those of you who've never played Forza Horizons, they do co-branding deals. They did it with 3 and they did it with 4. Did Hot Wheels with 3, and their second update is always something stupid. I think they went back to a Hot Wheels with Forza Horizon 5. And You have Hot Pursuit and Shift 2, but I couldn't tell you which one had the drifting. Well, it wasn't Drift 2. It wasn't Shift 2, because Shift 1 had no drifting. Yeah, that was their one attempt at getting real racing fans. Okay, I'm starting 11th. Oh, what was I talking about? Old man, I lose track. Maybe I'll remember while I'm racing. Okay, I have to get third, and I have a feeling this is not going to happen, because there seems to be no obvious mistakes that I made. I was not clean in a couple corners, but to try to get third, I don't think it's going to happen. Oh, Forza Horizon 4, yes. Then Forza Horizon 4 came out with this Hot Wheels update, and to get in the final race on the Hot Wheels, you had to complete all the drift challenges, as well as all the other challenges. Now, some of the challenges were difficult. They were like, you had to get from point A to point B in a certain amount of time. It wasn't just the special, like, jumps and things that there are in the normal Horizons. But it included getting 3 stars in all the drifts. And so there's no way I was going to get 3 stars in all the drifts. It means I didn't get into the final race ever, which really discouraged me. And plus the whole fact of driving Hot Wheels cars was kind of, I'm old school. I thought they were stupid. But it was incredibly fun, so I was okay with it, except for that fact. But then shortly after that, they had exclusive cars that you could only get. And you used to have cars you could get only by doing like team games at a certain, so you get with a bunch of randos and eventually you get some decent people where you could beat the AI on like the 3rd highest difficulty level or something. But then they started doing cars where you could only get if you could beat the AI on like the extreme highest difficulty level. It's like, I'll never do that. And so again, they just put up another skill wall. And so there was cars I couldn't get. So there were races I couldn't get to. There were cars I couldn't get. And remember, I played the game more as a collector than anything else. And that was it. I completely lost my taste for Forza Horizons. I was so addicted to that game. I had 2, I had 3, I had 4, and I absolutely loved them. Not only did I love Forza Horizons so much, I even bought the what's that stupid movie that is the racing game movie? They had a branded expansion kit for that. I even bought that. It's a separate game, and I bought that for Forza Horizon 2. I got all the DLC, everything. And after putting up that skill wall, it's like, no, I'm done. I don't even care if they take it away on Forza Horizon 5. I can't be sure that they don't put it back in, because they put it in the middle of Forza Horizon 4's life cycle. So, no, I never bought Forza Horizon 5. I don't plan on buying Forza Horizon 5. Now, Forza Motorsports is different. Even though it has the same brand name, it's made by different people. So, yeah, I have so many hours in Forza Horizon 4, thousands and thousands and thousands of hours. And if you include all the Forza games, maybe tens of thousands of hours. But yeah, which it was really sad for me, really sad. I love that game so much, and one of the reasons I love that game so much is I could get everything I wanted with just grinding. I could grind out, get a few points here, get a few points there. I could grind out what I needed to do in order to build up the points I would need in order to, what is that thing above his head? Please tell me I am on, are those 2 about to be eliminated or on the bubble? Yeah, I'm eliminated, I couldn't do it. You bought Forza 4, 4.1, 5 like a dummy. Yeah, 5 didn't really change anything. In fact, it might be Forza 4.-1, because I understood they took away some cars from Forza Horizon 5. I don't know if it changed, but I know that Forza Horizon 5, the latest Forza, which should be Forza Motorsports 8, I think, but they just renamed it Forza Motorsports, and also GT, the latest GT, or Gran Turismo, the PlayStation version. They took cars away. They just didn't bother to get renew licenses for certain cars, so there's a whole set of cars that they didn't have. They may have added them back in expansions, I don't know. But I know there was a big controversy over it. Oh, bump the mic, sorry. They're both more for playing with friends than me really going after achievements. Yeah, I was never a big try to collect all the achievements, but I did want to collect all the things in the game. I played a lot of action RPG games like Diablo, and my favorite one is Titan Quest. And I don't have a full, for those of you on Twitch, I don't have a full schedule yet for my big 12-hour marathon that's coming up August 6th. But for those of you watching on YouTube, that happened a long time ago. But every 3 months, I have a big 12-hour marathon stream. First Saturday in August, November, May, and I missed one. February. That's it. And because that's like almost halfway between the solstice and the equinox. So the first Saturday in those months, which you missed them. If you're watching on YouTube, you missed the August one already, but there'll be another one coming up in November. And I almost always play Titan Quest. So I will probably play that again this time. You did EVE Online, which is a collect, buy, and sell everything. That just bummed me out for those kind of games. Is EVE Online also a action RPG? I like the action RPGs though, where it's a Diablo type of isomorphic view. I don't like the over-the-shoulder kind of view that they have in a lot of in action RPGs, because they're trying to turn the action RPGs into pseudo shooters, but it's not a first-person shooter. It's over-the-shoulder kind of shooter. Those annoy me to no end. The only shooters I can play are the old ones like Doom and Quake, and I often play those during my marathons as well. But like I said, I haven't figured out which ones I'm going to do yet. Space Conquest on MMP servers. Okay. I have not played a single MMP game ever. I have nothing against them, but I've never played one. I guess it never appealed to me personally, but I have nothing against it. Okay, back to Pro, because it remembers right where I left off. Back to track day. Back to here. Remembers what car I had, so that's good. And just to be cute, let's do that. And then I can change the options in game, which is a lot easier and faster to do. Yeah, my one young roommate just bought, I can't think of the name of it. It's a very, very popular space adventure. Like it's an infinite world. The worlds are randomly generated game. I can't think of the name of it. He also has another space adventure game. That's also very popular, but it's not as well known, and I don't remember the name of it either. I should have just started by saying my one young roommate has like space adventure games where you collect things and upgrade your ship and stuff. Okay, now options. Sadly, I ain't doing it, but I got to turn this down to easy difficulty. And one of these days, I might still hit a wall where I can't finish on easy difficulty, which would end the replay abruptly. M&P games are highly addictive. You will never do that again. Lots of fun, but lots of time. Oh, you want to talk about time, brother. You ever hear of the game Empire or Empire Deluxe? It's a strategy game, military strategy game that's very abstract. I used to play it back in the days when it first came out. It was just text, and it was, you had like on a screen, square grid, you had like D for destroyers and T for transports and A for armies. And one person had capital A's, the other person had lowercase a's. And the water was like dots and the land was, I don't know, plus signs. Yeah, it was plus signs. Those games would take so many days. We would play it in our lunch hour, and then you could save it and then come back the next lunch hour, and it was months that we would, before we could finish a game. Empire Deluxe, look it up. Empire Deluxe, you would never find it under the name Empire, but Empire Deluxe was the commercial version. Empire was public domain somebody came out with, or freeware. I don't think he released the public domain, but freeware, and then he helped develop the Empire Deluxe game, and that had actual graphics and stuff. I still have it on my tablet, because they released a tablet version, and I have it on an old laptop that I don't think even works anymore. Got another laptop that's like 15 years old. I haven't touched in over 5 years. And that's it. I do everything on tablet and console. Ever since my gaming PC blew up and I realized I was too old to put up with upgrading anymore. Sounds like Apple IIc stuff. It might have been. I played it on PC, but it sounds like the kind of game that would be on an Apple IIc. And not even the C, just Apple II, because it was not color graphics. It was, you know, just black and white. Like I said, it differentiated between the two players using capital letters, uppercase letters, and lowercase letters. I love that game so much. And it was sold, the rights were sold. Empire Deluxe then did have graphics, and that game was sold off to somebody who kept it alive. It might still be going. The guy was Killer Bee Software, and I might have just lost a tire. I think I lost a tire, and I will have to start this over again. Yeah, I lost a tire. Oh, okay. This entire YouTube episode is going to be me trying the same race. No, don't leave. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I worked on an Apple II in college. I was research assistant for, this was still undergrad, but I was a research assistant for one of my professors. He was a physical chemistry professor. We worked, he had a contract at a very prestigious location. I'll just put it that way. Very prestigious organization, and very well known. Everyone would, if I said the name, everyone would know it across the world. But they, so, you know, that was on my resume for a while. At one point I was working, he was a physical chemist, but I was working towards a physics degree, condensed matter physics, nothing, you know, super exciting physics. And I had to give that up because I had to make money. I couldn't afford to keep pursuing that. So I switched to computer science. But what was the point of all this? Oh, I did the data analysis was on an Apple II, and I had to write software and stuff to analyze the data. There was a software package, but it didn't do exactly everything I needed. And so I wrote the data. I collected the data. I helped design experiments. I wrote up all the data. I did the data analysis. And I actually did a little quote-unquote theoretical work. And, you know, it wasn't really theoretical work, but it didn't involve like the structure of atoms or anything, but it was work that involved how to properly make these measures in a more reliable way. So, so of course, as a research assistant, you do basically all the work, and then the professor writes up the results and publishes the paper. He would have put my name on the paper, but I was an undergraduate, so I didn't have any kind of, you know, power or anything. Oh yeah, easy is quite a bit easier. Problem is, oh, there's only one. That's right. I was going to say the problem is I might have to finish third, but no, I don't want to finish third. There's only one event in this race. Oh boy, I got a message. I just earned some reward points for playing a game for 15 minutes. Yay. It certainly was a lot longer than 15 minutes I've been playing it, but I do my Microsoft Bing rewards every day. If you could earn like 250 reward points just for searching on Bing. And I faithfully search on Bing. I don't use Google ever, Microsoft. I only search on Bing. Just because all my searches on Bing are consecutive numbers does not mean I'm trying to cheat the system. This is a brand account. Microsoft will never find out what my actual email sign-on is. They could probably find out from whatever. But yeah, I can earn over $10 a month in reward points. But if I cash them in, $10 in Microsoft gift certificate, right? But if I cash them in, the gift certificates only last for 30 days. So you don't dare cash in your reward points, or you risk giving away money because, oh, you bought a gift certificate. Well, sorry, you didn't spend the gift certificate in time, or, you know, your whatever person you gave it to didn't spend it in 30 days, therefore we'll just keep it. But the reward points don't expire. So I sit on the reward points if I'm ready to buy something, then I buy a gift certificate for just shy of what I need. Which is how I can afford to buy the MotoGP. But believe me, once you start building up some reward points, oh, Microsoft reminds you, you're eligible for a reward. Hit this button, we'll give you a reward. You can get a $50 gift card. Hurry, buy it. No, I'm not going to buy it. I built up over $100 in reward points before, and I'm perfectly fine doing that until I find something to buy. You dated yourself because they were hot when you were in middle school. Okay, so I am a little older than you. Well, you told me your age, so I knew I was a little older than you. You were probably estimating too, but not by much. Not by much. I am old enough that apples were not being given away in schools anymore yet. That's how old I am. This was before Apple realized they were losing the PC wars and had to start giving them away in order to get customers. They played the long game. I got to give them credit. They played the long game. They were going to go out of business. They were going to lose. So they decided, well, let's just give away computers to schools. Schools need computers. IBM isn't giving away computers. We'll give away computers. And then they brought up an entire generation that got hooked on apples. Smart cookies. There are only 2 or 3 in the whole school. The one I use is in the library. Yeah. They didn't give away. I mean, middle school? Are you kidding me? They aren't going to give away one for every classroom. No, they just started off giving away one PC in every high school and middle school, and then said, here, well, put it in your library. Kids will have access to computers. They didn't have access to computers. That was before computers were common. So all the kids used were computers from Apple. They got hooked on them. Some of them outgrew it. Not all of them did. So that's why they still have a business where they get to charge 10 times as much on their electronics as anyone else. And people will buy it just because it's got their brand name on it. I'm not a big fan of Apple, in particular because they put all their profits offshore, so they never have to pay tax on anything. In fact, they get tax money back on everything. But that's a whole nother story. Other companies do that too. But they're famous for it. They became famous for it early on. All right, I got it. 41 minutes. Do I have time for another race? Maybe yes, maybe no. Probably not. There were only like 2 or 3 in whole schools. The one I used was in the library. Brainwashing, Apple. Oh yeah. If you wear skin tight, if you're a thin enough guy and you wear a black turtleneck sweater, you're smart. You got to be smart if you wear a black turtleneck. That is actually a law of biology that, anthropology, and most people don't know. If a human being wears a black turtleneck, that means they're a genius. So you want to support them always. Doesn't matter whether you park in the handicap spot regularly because you know you can. Stuff like that, being a jerk in other ways. As long as you wear a black turtleneck sweater, you're good to go. I'm going to lose half my audience. I always say there's 4 controversial things I don't talk about on this channel. I don't talk about partisan politics. I don't talk about partisan religion. You want to get into the history of comparative religions, that's fine. I studied all kinds of history in school. But I don't talk about partisan politics, partisan religion. I don't talk about Coke versus Pepsi or Ford versus Chevy. Those are the 4 things I don't talk about. I should probably add to that list PC versus Apple, because I do have a lot of Apple fans that watch my shows. But I haven't added that yet, so I'm free. Express my opinion. If you're watching on YouTube and you vehemently disagree with me, you know what you need to do? You need to go down in the comments right now and leave a really nasty comment. The nastier, the better, because you know what? I don't care that the fact that more comments people leave will increase my engagements and therefore increase my views and then increase, my algorithm or anything like that. No. I'll just cry. If you leave a nasty comment, I'll just cry, and therefore your hate watching will really affect me personally. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to go down in the comments right now, leave an incredibly nasty comment, and you know what? If I reply to that comment, like, haha, that was funny, leave even 2 more nastier comments, because that will really hurt my feelings even more. And if I reply to that with like, hey brother, thanks for increasing my engagement numbers, oh, you just hit me with 4 or 5 more nasty comments, because that will make me cry even more, and I won't snicker at all the extra exposure you're giving me or anything like that. So please do that. Sarcasm is great. All right, 44 minutes. Let me see. Do I need more mileage? I don't think I have time for an entire race sequence. First guy you remember what that look was in Invasion of Body Snatchers. See, it started back then. But that was a heavier guy, wasn't it? I don't watch a lot of fiction, so I don't know. I'm a geek. I don't watch a lot of fiction. Okay, I got first place there. Finale. I need level 2 upgrades for this and level 3 upgrades for that. Right? Grid track day hypercar. See, there's GT hypercar and track day hypercar. So let's see what kind of upgrades I have available now. Because I might need to run a quick oh, I could do level 2 upgrades. Okay. Yeah, by failing at the race enough, I was able to do level 2 upgrades. Okay. Now, looking at the clock, though, I am over 45 minutes. I like to keep these around 50 minutes, but I'm already at 46 minutes. And so I think I am going to end the YouTube episode here before I do the race. So if you are watching, I'll back up a menu item. If you are watching, of course it takes me at the top because you're so smart. I'm going to end the YouTube episode, but I'm coming back on Twitch. I'm just going to take a short break on Twitch. Don't think I'm anything. But if you're watching on Twitch, I'm going to take a quick break for a couple minutes. If you're watching on YouTube, that'll be it for this YouTube episode. The next episode will be the next weekend at 6:30. Sorry, next weekend at 6 p.m. U.S. Central Time, which is midnight UK, and noon the next day in New Zealand. Either way, thank you much for watching. Twitch, stick around. YouTube next episode, and I will see you then.